Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We are team number 14, and I'd like to welcome you all to our presentation. The team members, Muhammad Khandil, Salih Al-Yusuf, and Hamad Al-Buali, and our leader, Faisal Al-Shehri. In this presentation, we will talk about how the standard crank machine works and what is it used for, and some of the applications of the crank slider. First of all, what is a crank slider? The slider crank mechanism is a collection of mechanical parts designed to turn straight line motion into rotational motion, as in a reciprocating piston-driven system. And we will discuss some types of the sliding crank with my colleagues.
Hello everyone, I am Faisal Shehri, and there are many applications in the sliding crank, and I will talk about three of them now. The first one is internal combustion engine. In the internal combustion engine, the slide crank mechanism is used to assemble the piston cylinder and transform reciprocal movement into circular movement. And you can see how it works in the figure. The second thing is a rotary machine. Its crank is mounted in the sliding crank position, and it can be used to make rotary motors, and it's also used in the vehicle rotary motors. And you can see how it works in the figure. The third one is the hand pump. In this case of manually pumps, the slider is mounted in the slider circulation system. And you can see how it works in the figure. Now I will leave you with my colleague Muhammad again. Thank you.
Hello again, and now I'll talk about the materials and methods. I'll talk now about the crankshaft in combustion engine. The main bearing journal connecting the rod, piston, and flywheel are the main components of the crankshaft in internal combustion engines, and the majority of them are made of reinforced steel, making them hard enough to withstand high temperatures and pressures. The second type, the steam train. The first steam train began to operate in early 1804 and transported people and goods from one location to another. The train's wheels were driven by a slider crank mechanism, which used a steam engine to transform the heat energy of steam into mechanical energy. And I'll leave you now with my colleague Hamad.
Bismillah, assalamu alaikum. It's me, Hamad Al-Buali. I will talk about four special angles in slider crank. First, I will talk about the angle 0 and 180. For both cases, they have the same velocity and angular velocity. So when we draw a perpendicular line to VB and VA, they will intersect at point A. And RA equal to 0. So we can say that VB goes to infinity. So at this special case, we cannot use the instantaneous center to solve the problem. The second case in the second slide is when the angle is 90 or 270. When we draw perpendicular line to VB and VA, these lines are parallel, so they will not intersect. So IC equal to 0, which is mean the angular velocity equal to 0. So VB and VA have the same magnitude and the same direction. Thank you for listening. I will leave you now with my colleague Saleh.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Salih Al-Yusuf. I will talk about the conclusion. In conclusion, the slider crank mechanism, which converts straight line motion to rotary motion or vice versa, was described and demonstrated in this paper. The shaft, connector rod, piston, and cylinder are the 4 key components of the cylinder crank system. This useful mechanism is not only widely used in manufacture, but is also in our daily life application, such as our car engine. I will leave you now with my colleague Mohammed to describe how we demonstration the work.
Hello again. I'll now talk about the work distribution. We did all the work equally, and we wrote everything together. We met on Microsoft Teams on regular basis and completed the research and put the plan together. The team leader divided the work in the meeting, and everyone did his own part, and we completed the report on Microsoft Teams. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum.